Jim?
Go ahead, Jim, from New Jersey.
Hi, Martin, Tracie.
How you doing?
It's a pleasure to speak to both of you today. I was really hoping on catching Matt, but I understand he's sick. Not that I disrespect either one of you. You're all just fine.
Good.
So the Pope said the sex scandal was petty gossip, huh? Oh, my goodness. Will that man stoop to anything lower than that?
He probably will, yes.
I'm waiting to see it. But that's not why I called. I called because, being unemployed, I've been watching a lot of TV lately.
Oh, boy.
There's a show that comes on, ironically, on Sunday. Well, maybe not ironically. I'm not sure. It's called A Haunting. And it's a story. Yeah. It's every hour this thing is on. It's on back to back, like sometimes a whole day. And where a family moves into a house and they start hearing footsteps, and then they start seeing strange things, and it always ends up the ghosts are throwing stuff at them, and then only the Catholic Church can save them. They come in and they do a little blessing, or sometimes they go all the way to exorcism, and problem solved. Now,
Get in there and rape those ghosts, and just right there. I tell you.
Yeah, well, now, I'm a non-believer like you guys, which means that I don't believe in ghosts, I don't believe in goblins or demons or any of that crap. No supernatural stuff. And sometimes I start to wonder, maybe I'm wrong, but I'm wondering what your take on this is. Is it all just made-up stories? Is it just...
Are you asking about these shows in particular?
Well, that's what really sets me off. I mean, these particular shows.
I can tell.
There's a lot of shows like that out there.
There are, yeah. Just about every network is out there. It's ready. I will tell you why the show The Haunting, is on the air right now. Mm-hmm. It's a little movie called Paranormal Activity. Made $107 million at the box office.
And it was a lousy movie.
Television is a business. They're about the ratings. They're about the advertising dollars. They're about the money. This year it's ghosts. Who knows what it'll be? Next year, whatever. That's really what it is. Because what happens on that show, like you described it, right? Every week now you basically get a new episode of Paranormal Activity on TV. They're just trying to cash in on that little on a box office popular trend. It's entertainment. You're right. Yes, television quite frequently because they don't care, right? They'll blur the line between entertainment and what's fiction and what's fact. Because they can, they're not in the business of being educational. And what really, I'll tell you what burns me up about a lot of those shows is when networks. I can understand maybe something like Fox, filling their airtime with crap like this, right? But it really frustrates me when you get on these networks that are supposed to be educational networks, right? The History Channel,
right?
No, the Learning Channel. All of these networks, Discovery even. All of these all of these networks that ought to have some sort of scientific and scholarly credibility to their programming are just doing all of this paranormal BS just day in and day out, and of course they have a couple of guys. We're going to investigate and be scientific about it, and then they show up and go, ghosts, and that's the extent of their scientific investigation, right? So that I think is just it's doing a disservice. You're fundamentally making a very large television audience stupid for the benefit of advertising dollars and ratings.
Well, I had suggested one time that maybe we should do like an offshoot where we go to haunted places and sit around doing nothing all night as a group and film it. Like just waiting for something to happen.
A whole hour of
nothing.
us
like hanging out in the hotel room.
Playing cards.
Yeah, and
right?
This is like the most haunted room in the hotel or whatever. And somebody responded, I think it was on the blog, and they said, what would you call it? Or they said, this week's, or an hour in carbon monoxide poisoning or something. It was like a joke about why people see these things in their house. And she was just like, this week in carbon monoxide poisoning.
Yeah, you guys might as well get in on it too.
Sometimes I think I'm in the wrong line of work, It's like, oh well.
I don't know. I was starting to think maybe the Catholic Church was sponsoring those programs.
Well, I'll say I did a show on a viewer who wrote in about a ghost story. And after I did that, one of the things she kept saying was, if you saw what I saw, you would believe this. And after I did that show, I got slammed by viewer mail where people were writing to me saying, I had the weirdest experience. And they were giving these big breakdowns on these weird experiences. And then at the end, they would say, But I know I couldn't have seen what I saw, so I don't know what it was, but, I know it wasn't a ghost, because there's no such thing. They were just like, I don't know what this is, but it's not, it's probably just a trick of my brain. One guy said he stood and looked at his brother-in-law in the closet for like 5 minutes, standing there. He had woken up out of a sleep, which always makes me laugh. Anytime someone says I woke up, or I was just about to fall and go to bed, or, I had just laid down for a nap, I mean, right there,
That's
you
sort of
lost me.
hypnagogic, yeah.
Yeah,
So-
so you got to at least be awake.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
At the bare
thanks a lot,
minimum.
guys. I appreciate talking to you. I appreciate your answers.
Sure.
Hey, Jim, thanks for calling, man.
All
Take
right,
care.